Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. Hope you enjoyed the new logo and the intro that I've just made up. So first thing, I went for a little walk along South Road. Now South Road is the road that goes from deep in the north to way down south. And along that road, there are tons of old Federation houses that they look to be built all around the same time. So I've taken a little snapshot and I've done a little selection of those houses and of this beautiful church. I can tell you that the church was built in 1896. So one thing you might not know about Adelaide is it's actually called the City of Churches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare a whole heap of videos for you, or a video for you I should say, with a ton of churches from around the city. And you can see the beautiful churches that we have, and they're magnificent. And I can't wait to film them and show them to you. So one of the things I've been wanting to do is reduce the size of this table. So this was my great-grandmother's dining table, and it's an extension table. And believe it or not, it's got this crank handle that you put in there and you wind it to go in and out. I make these tables and they're almost exactly the same. Modern contemporary tables, all basically made the same but with no handle. So this is pretty cool, you know. Like, one of the things that is a problem for the tables that we make is we get older people that want the extension tables for when their massive family comes around, and it's hard to, you've got to lift it and then you've got to pull it, and then you've got to, when you close it, you've got to lift it and sort of slam it shut. But this is on wheels. It's got some of those like Bakelite wheels, and you just wind it in and out. How good is that? I'm going to have a look at the mechanism, and I'm guessing it's just a big screw with a plate with a cap on the end of it, so the screw will wind the tape. Basic, just wind it in and out like a clamp. We could do it dead easy. So I'm gonna have a good look at how this works, and yeah, see if we can copy it. But for the moment, I just want to remove the middle leaf, because the table, with us going in and out and the dog and all that stuff, it's just a bit big for in here. So I'm going to reduce the size of it and it'll be much better. So we'll see how it works. Well, there you go. How cute is that? We'll probably get rid of two of the chairs, but that was dead easy. I mean, it was squeaky because it hasn't been used in years and years, a long time. I've never seen this table this size. So it has been a very long time. I would say at least 50 years. At least as long as I've been alive. Nice little table. It needs a little bit of, it's got a crack, and it could do with a sand down, and I think it was my great grandma's sister used to use it to do dressmaking on and used to pin down into the table. I don't know why you'd do that, but yeah, so it's got pinholes all in it, but it's part of the character. Alright, so we've had a bit of a stressful time cutting this cornice, and the jig, with, like I said last time, you've got to learn every time you do it. You got to start off rough and get better. So the first piece of cornice we've just had trouble with just getting it cut. It's like, oh God, this is a nightmare. And now that we've done one, we'll be better on the next one. We know we will. So we're not getting disheartened right now. So we've got it cut. We're just going to go and mix up some cornice adhesive and put it up. So you ready to do this, Coop?
Let's do it.
Let's go. yeah, it's filled that void in and made it look really good. So that whole corner has come up great. Can't wait to get the last piece up. Just a close up of the rope. And these, I've got a little bit of cleaning up to do. That was when I was doing it by myself and it's dried, so I've got to get in there with some sandpaper and sand that off, but these little things look awesome. Yeah. So that's enough for today. Cooper's back's hurting and I need to have some stress-free time. So we'll go and do another job. Alright guys, so after doing that bit of cornice, I'm just going to do one more thing, and that's to paint white above the picture rail. I'm sorry I forgot who mentioned that, but it was a good idea. A couple of people have mentioned that bring the ceiling colour down to the picture rail, and I have done that before. So I thought, yep, I'm going to give that a go. So I'm going to get in and paint that white now, and we can have a look at it and see if it's good or not. We'll see. So another thing that I got done this week, guys, was I ended up cutting this chamfer into that corner that I was talking about, and I am going to do the one on the other side, but I'm only going to do it on one side of that little nib there. But so I've got that done, and I've got some, I think I've got some nice footage of with the GoPro on my head for you, so we'll check that out in a minute. And I've done a bit of flushing because I want to start cleaning this whole area up here so that we can get some undercoat on it. So I've started work on doing the finish coat of flushing. And I also did the painting of the white paint down to the picture rail. And I'll give you a look at that and see what you think. Personally, if the ceiling and that bit were the same colour in a nice cream, it might look okay, but I'm not getting a good picture of it at the moment. And I think I like the burgundy or the grey, whichever one we end up going, or another colour, going all the way up to to meet the cornice. So that's another job I got done this week. Okay guys, that's about all the work I got done for the week. It's been a bit of a slow week and I really do apologise for this video being late coming out. One of the things that happened to me, this is kind of funny, wasn't funny at the time. I was sitting at the desk at my computer and the clock had been adjusted, and the clock on the wall above it was my grandma's clock, and I was sitting there, and the next minute it fell down, it bounced on the mantle, and then it bounced on my head. And because it was such a sudden blow, I've wrenched my neck out and my back, and I've been in a bit of pain the last couple of days. So that slowed me down, and to be honest, I didn't want to know about doing any renovating, so that's why I didn't get a lot done, and also why this is late coming out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, short but sweet. So until I see you in the next video, you take care, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.